Hello and welcome to Middle-Aged Geek Girl. I'm Sally. Today I have some cross-stitch kits that were kindly sent to me from Biggest Craft. Now these are all part of one series and I wanted to try and complete the series, so I picked 3 more from the series. Yeah, lots of use of the word series there. So that might be the word of the day. Now they're teacup images. The one I currently have is of Japan, and that's the only one I have. I think there might be 5 or 6 in the series, and there's that word again. So with that in mind, the 3 I have today is a Dutch teacup, so the Netherlands, a British teacup, and a French teacup. So we shall check them out. Now they're all Joy Sunday, they're all 14 count, and they're all fairly small, which is a good thing as well. So this French teacup we will start with, and it is a 27 by 20 centimeter canvas. Here is a nice close-up of the image, and obviously there's a lot of purples to represent lavender. The chart is over the 2 pages, but as always it's printed nice and big and really clear and easy to read, and there was your measurements there. So it's 110 stitches by 85 stitches, and it has 3 stitches in it: full stitch, French knot, and back stitch. And it looks like there's 32 colours in total, so not too bad. And as I say with every video, just looking at the chart, there's the French knots are needed there just to give some definition, I'd say, to the flowers or to the lavender flower petals. If you don't want to do them, I don't think it takes away from it. You can always do it as a full stitch if you're uncomfortable with it, or even a stitch in a bead, like a tiny seed bead would work, or just don't do it if you're not comfortable with them. So here's the canvas, and as I said, it's a small canvas. It's only 110 stitches by 85 stitches, not a big stitching job, but a lot of definition, obviously with back stitch. So really, I mean, this one is going to be, even though it's small and compact and busy, I think this one would be pretty good for a beginner who's ready to switch over to intermediate, because most of it is done with a full stitch and you just need your back stitch for the definition and to give it a little bit more detail. So yeah, I don't think it would be too difficult, and it's a really pretty image. Now let's check out the 32 colours. So it will be over 2 cards. So there's your needle. So you've got 2 needles, and that's colour 31 and colour 32. And there are some really, really pretty purples in here because of the lavender fields. So here's colours 1 to 15, and yeah, they are really gorgeous purples in there. And colours 16 to 30. So a nice colour palette, so a lot of nice purples, and then more earthy tones in there. Nothing too bright and overbearing. It's all very natural and earthy tones, and I really like the colour palette. It's really quite pretty. And I forgot to mention, with Joy Sunday, you do have your canvas is stitched off around the edges to stop from fraying, and this one you could probably stitch without a frame, but if you wanted to do a frame, please do a frame. Well, that's the first one. So that one, yeah, really happy with that one. That's quite pretty. I think the whole series would look nice done, and if you wanted to do it once you finish them all, you could frame them all in the one frame. The next one we'll look at is the, oh, they're in number order, so this I've done it well. I've just magically picked them all up in this number order, J480, because that last one was J479. So the British Teacup. So here is your chart. So it's this one's slightly smaller at 104 stitches by 90. Slightly higher, but less in the widthways. And this one has 29 colours. Okay, and here is a close-up of the image. Now, I think that would be Tower Bridge in that teacup. So, yeah, and of course, a rose. So that's going to be a cool image as well. And I forgot to say, again, full stitch, back stitch, and French knot. Or French knot would be... Oh, they've got it sort of on the thing around there. So at the bottom of the teacup, maybe it's to make like bumpy waves in the water, is what I'm imagining that would be for. Yeah, again, I think not necessary if you didn't want to do them. But here is the canvas, and it is again stitched off to stop from fraying, and not a very big one, again just a very busy one, but with only the 3 types of stitches, or really the main 2 if you don't want to do your French knot, being a full stitch and a back stitch. You know, not too much to do in this one, just again very busy because there's a lot of detail on a small amount of space on the canvas. But I do think it will again look really pretty when it's done. Which is why I wanted to get the whole set in the first place with these, because I do think they're all really quite gorgeous looking images. There is the 2 needles, and here is the card with the palette. I might be able to do all of this at once. I can, look at that, just one card because there's 29 colors. So this side is colors 1 to 15, and this side is colors 16 to 29. So again, there are more muted tones on these. There's a tiny bit of bright there in that red, but yeah, they're sort of a lot more subtle and muted, I find, on these cups, which is great, and I think they make the image work really well. So really pretty again. Okay, and the last one for today is number J481 in the series, and this is the Dutch teacup. And of course you've got windmill and tulips, because that's what everybody thinks when they think of the Netherlands. I think if we all got stereotypical images of our countries that everyone sees when they hear the name of your country. I mean, for Australia, it's always the Sydney Opera House or the harbour. And, you know, it's not that impressive. I'm going to get all the hate from the Sydney people now, but because I'm from Melbourne, and if you're unaware, for our international viewers, there's always been an animosity between Sydney and Melbourne, and that, of course, is the colonised version of Australia, to make that clear. But yeah, there's always like stereotypical images of every country, and this is the ones I think of when I think of the Netherlands. The only thing it's missing is clogs. That would be the other part of the stereotypical image. But having said that, I still do like the image. I think it's a really pretty one again, and tulips are a pretty flower for sure. Once again, it's only got the 3 types of stitches, full, back, and French knot. And again, I don't think the French knot, if you didn't want to do them, is going to matter. It looks like it's just to spatter some, I think it's meant to be like snowdrops, because looking at it, it's a pure white color, and there's only one color for back stitch. So really you do the whole thing in full stitch, and then you come in to do your definition with the back stitch, which is pretty much how all of them were, I think. But that's your image close up, and it is like, it's a really gorgeous image. have a look at the canvas. Did I say how? No, I haven't said how long this one is. This is 111 stitches by 88, and it's a blank canvas. So obviously, let me see. Obviously, I ordered a non-stamped canvas on this one. I am going to just check the order and come back and double check that to make sure I keyed in the wrong thing. One moment. Okay, I checked my order and I did key in stamped. I requested a stamped one. So obviously there was an error in sending it through, that I got a counted one rather than a stamped one. That's no drama because I can do counted, so it's not going to be a concern in that regard. And this will be a great example of doing this using just the chart they send, which I always talk up because they are really good and detailed charts. So this would be a really good example of doing that. So I might have to keep this one aside and actually do this one on camera. If you are interested in me doing that, let me know in the comments below. I am happy to do that, but I just wanted to make sure I checked the wrong thing. So it does come in stamped, according to what my order was. It just seems to have been packaged wrong, but we can work through that because, as I said, I have experience with counted cross stitch. It's not like it's a completely unknown to me. They just take a little bit more concentration, which is what I struggle with sometimes, but you know, I can make it work. Get back in there. All right, let's check out the thread. So, yep, still comes with the 2 needles. And on this one, there's 36 colors. So 2 cards. There are colors 31 to 36. Some nice bright pinks there and blues. And the other card, we've got colors 16 to 30 there. I wonder if I can stretch this one out the same as well. And they all want to get caught on my ring. Colors 1 to 15 there. So a nice color palette on this one. Very dominant blues. Well, looking at the image, it is very blue based, but very pretty. I'm really happy with it. So here they are, the 3 cross stitch kits that were kindly sent to me from Biggest Craft. So a big thank you to Biggest Craft for these. Love them all. I think they're all going to look awesome when they're done. And this one, it's good in the sense, even though I ordered stamped, that it came through counted. It will give me a chance to actually do a Joy Sunday one as a counted cross stitch. But honestly, can't see there being a problem, being that the charts are so well presented and so big and easy to read. And I also have experience in counted cross stitch, so I know how to do it. But again, if you would like to see me show you a tutorial here on YouTube, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to do that. Let me know down below in the comments also what you thought of these. Is there any that interest you in particular? As I said, I think there's 5. I've seen 5 definitely. I'm not sure if there is a 6th or not. The only one I don't have is Russia, and I may pick that one up if as I said, if I get another opportunity to work with Biggest Craft, just so I can get the full set. So yeah, leave me a comment. I love to hear from you and I always respond. And as always, if you can't think of anything to say, leave an emoji and I will respond in kind. If this is your first time stumbling across my channel, hello, welcome. Thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button as well as the like button and also the notification bell. And even if you've watched my channel for a few videos and haven't done so yet, please also subscribe. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and we all have to feed that YouTube algorithm monster. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I do have a Ko-fi and a Patreon account set up, and the details are up here on screen. But I think that will do it for this video. So everybody, until next time, please stay safe, stay weird, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.